last guest there on YouTube. I'll just have to mute this so that it doesn't interfere with the other recording. One, guest there. Two, there you go, it's muted now, all good to go. So back to the main recording. And before I do that, I'll just welcome Marcus to the show. Hey guys, so just quickly unmute yourselves there. So what two members are here from the Freaky Friday gang, Freaky Friday Jailhouse gang? Marcus and
Fabian, and Lorena is also joining.
Hi.
Right, well, I'm just going to put the full gang then, basically, right? The Freaky Friday Jailhouse gang. What
Right.
smiles you bring to people's faces. And that's, everyone's showed up to this show. So well done, everyone. Right, and he's in Austria.
Yes.
Nice one, nice one. Well, we'll just meet you again there. We're going to start off the show with Courtney. So let's go with the main recording. 1, 2. Hi, and welcome to the first episode of the 1010 Jazz Funk and Soul Show. Coming up first, we've got an artist from Toronto by the name of Courtney Fraser. But my co-host this evening, Eddie Bullen, is going to tell you a little bit about Courtney before he introduces himself and the story behind the song, Are You With Me? Eddie Bullen, take the mic.
Yeah, well, these are my friends from Toronto who I've worked with over the years. Courtney actually used to be my second keyboard player sometimes. He also was in a band with Lornell Lewis. I don't know, I think that's where that you guys started. Lornell Lewis is the drummer for Snarky Puppy. So Courtney was there, that's where that band started. And I've known Courtney for years and years, and he's a fine player. I mean, he's funky. His synth solos are amazing. So I mean, with no further ado, I helped him finish his album, the album that you listened to. He recorded it all at his place, and then he came over to my place, and we mixed it, and gave him whatever suggestions to make the album pop. So, and this is one of the songs from it. So take it away, Courtney. I mean, you talk about the song.
Who is Courtney Fraser in your own words, brother? And why did you write the song Are You With Me? Yeah, man.
All right. Well, man, this is wonderful. Thanks for having me here. Are You With Me? It's one of several songs that I have on the album, and it's a song that I was working on for some time. And as writers, you start a song, it takes a long time. It could take short, but this one took a long time, several years to write. And with doing other work, live performances, producing and so forth, there was a point in time that I was like, am I actually by myself doing this, or is this a group thing? So it really was a question to myself, not to anyone else, but it was an out loud question. But I knew I had the support. There was always, friends around and the musicians that I grew up with. As Eddie mentioned, Larnell, Andrew Stewart is bass player. We had a band, about 20, 25 years. The name was Perfect Cadence. And that's really where we started exploring jazz, gospel, R&B, and we started mixing things up. And so that song really was an out loud, a thought that I just wanted to say out loud. We have those questions that you say it externally, but it was really internal, meant to be internal. But I'm sure we all have those types of moments, and that's what it came about. And I said, you know what, let me just release it this way and allow other people to ask the question, and hear the thoughts and hear their answers from their friends and so forth.
Well, what a wonderful introduction. And this is the first of Eddie's 3 guests tonight, 4 including himself, Courtney Fraser with Are You With Me? Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love. absolutely beautiful track, you know.
Yes.
That's dude, you can see everyone was just really feeling that there. And do you know what I'm going to do? Instead of doing the live reviews, right, we'll all leave the comments in each other's YouTube channels, right, on the songs, because that's what you all need. You know, you need the algorithms to pick them up, that you are busy there. So I'll have an article and put you all in it tomorrow with a YouTube track, right? So Courtney, would you like to tell us the best way for everyone to find you as an artist? Like, if you got a website or anything, and in your final comments on the co-host Eddie, who's brought you here tonight, then we'll go on to your second guest, who is Jeremy.
All right. So you can find my full name, COURTENAYFRAZER, Courtney Fraser. I'm on IG. I'm on Facebook. Those are the main two. And you can find me there. All right. Eddie is a longtime friend, as you mentioned, and I really love what he's been doing here in Toronto. He's such a great supporter and of what is happening overall here. And as you mentioned, you know, the sound development, I love that. Love the sound of movements and chords and harmony. And that's a big part of what I do and implement in my sound. And overall, you know, it's a wonderful time with the music. We're coming back live, you know, music's open again, and it's great to have lots of musicians coming out and people supporting music like this again. So I'm really excited and grateful for what's happening here.
Well, can I just say before Eddie says the final thought here, that this is the founding members of the first Jazz, Funk and Soul Show. So we'll do this every month on the same date. Whether you can make it or not, you are all going to be invited to be part of these shows, and we'll make some special things. Today we're just going live and just going with the flow, but this is the start of something special. And Courtney Fraser, you're wonderful. Eddie, would you like to say anything about Courtney before we end his section and go on to Jeremy?
It was just, I mean, all I can say is it's wonderful working with Jeremy with Courtney over the years. And yeah, like, I mean, I support on both sides. He supports me in all my endeavors, and I do as well with his.
Well, awesome. Let's a round of applause for Courtney Fraser. One love, dude.
Thank you.
Until the next time. So I'll introduce, and then I'll pass the mic to Eddie again. Our next guest of the evening is Mr. Jeremy Sean Hector. He's also from Toronto. You like to unmute yourself there. Eddie, could you introduce Jeremy? And Jeremy, once you get the mic, tell us the story behind your song Night Flight.
Yes, so the story with Jeremy is that I was doing a concert in my home country of Grenada. I don't know if you guys know where that is. It's a very small country in the Caribbean, an island in the Caribbean. And I met Jeremy there, and some friends took me to hear him play, and he blew me away. He was such an amazing player. So I encouraged him to come to Canada, and I did a record for him, the very first record, and a song called Spray Bay got on Spotify, and he has over 4.5 million streams on Spotify for that one song. And then so he immigrated to Canada. And we've just done the second record actually last year, and that record is on about 150 smooth jazz stations all across Canada and the US. So it's doing well. We're getting ready to drop the other track on June the 9th. I think we're going to drop a new track. And so yeah, listen out for Jeremy. I'll pass it over to Jeremy.
Nice one. Jeremy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is Jeremy Hector as a musician, in your words? Who are you as an artist? And what's the story behind Night Flight? Why did you write that?
So I came into music pretty late. I didn't know I would be a musician into my 20s. So it's been quite the journey. I feel privileged to have Eddie recognize, what I could be capable of and push me to explore my musical abilities. I'm from Grenada, so pretty new to Toronto, and I grew up listening to contemporary jazz. Not much of a jazz scene in Grenada, but I gravitated to, harmony and rhythm and the funk and the elements of smooth jazz, as they call it. And Night Flight is, I would say, a song about. I don't know if any of you have flown over an island at night and taken the sights of uh, the aerial views, but Night Flight is really a song that captures that emotion, whether it's an island or a city. You know that feeling when you fly in, and well, those of us who are familiar with Toronto know what that cityscape looks like. So it's kind of awe-inspiring and mysterious, and you're looking down on hundreds of thousands of people, and everyone is going about their own lives. I feel like that's the essence of Night Flight. It has a nice rhythm. It's really open, and Eddie did a good job of layering some pretty mysterious sounding synth things happening in there. So yeah, that's really to me the essence of Night Flight.
It's another world-class track, ladies and gentlemen. Just sit back and enjoy this wonderful track. It's called Night Flight by Jeremy Sean Hector. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. and gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Sean Hector, round of applause, wonderful artist, wonderful. So Jeremy, tell us the best way for everyone to find you, and also let us know what you think of Eddie, who's a true mentor to you by the sound of it. You know, how do we find you, Jeremy? And then say your piece for Eddie, and I'll load up our next guest, who is Samuel.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on all the social media stuff, Instagram, Facebook, Jeremy Sean Hector, easy to find. On Spotify as well, and all the streaming platforms. So my website is jeremyseanhectormusic.com. As for Mr. Eddie Bullen, I wouldn't be doing any of this if not for him. So I don't have enough words to express just what a great impact he has been on just my musical direction. And, you know, he really pushed me to write more music, because I didn't really consider myself much of a writer, but he really pushed me in that direction. And I'm just eternally grateful for and privileged to be working with him.
You know, I actually feel privileged.
Well, I think Sparky's just got squeezed. Anyway, I mean, for me with Jeremy, I think it's just a portal. I'm just a window that he can just jump through. I think of myself as that guy, you know, just try to help everybody who needs a window. I can say, listen, this is the path. Here we go. I've traveled through it, so that's kind of my what I do. And I think I don't know where Mark went, but I think he's having some trouble. So I'll take the opportunity to introduce Mr. Samuel Williams, another gentleman who I've known for many years. And he's an amazing multi-instrumentalist. He's a piano player, a bass player, amazing. He has his own studio. He produces a lot of stuff. But over the years, we've worked together. He's worked with me as a bass player, and kills it. So Sam, just take over and give us a look.
Thanks for that introduction there, Eddie. I'm back. Can you see me on my main camera? The internet.
Yes, no, I can see you.
So I've taken off my secondary one that I had there with the video in the background because the internet was becoming unstable. So yeah, okay. Who is Samuel Williams, and what location are you in, brother? And what's the story behind your song Sunshine?
Oh, well, thanks for having me on. I am a producer engineer from Toronto, born and raised. Caribbean descent. My parents are from Jamaica, so yeah, I've just been in music for my whole life. I started playing keyboards, bass, drums since the age of 8, and yeah, music is my life. I produced a lot of music here locally in town. So yeah, I just love music. And the story of Sunshine is I was just I was making my debut record. Actually, I was working on music for some time. This was back in 2020. I was just fooling around on the guitar. I came up with this cool riff, and it just gave us this warm feeling, and I just decided to call this the song Sunshine. So yeah, and I brought my buddy Rob Christian, who Eddie mentored a lot, and his coming into himself as a great sax player, flute player, a multi-instrumentalist, singer, everything. Rob's a good friend of mine. So yeah. Sunshine.
Well, without further ado, sit back and enjoy this other bit of magic. It's a live performance. Samuel Williams, Sunshine. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love. Featuring Rob Christian. That's got the X factor. That's the wow factor. Round of applause, ladies and gents. Samuel Williams. Just blew me away there, dude. Samuel, just like before, could you tell everyone the best way for anyone to contact you, your website or anything like that, and then let us know what Eddie means to you? Then Eddie's our next guest. So, Samuel?
Yeah. So you can find me at sspmusicgroup.com and also SSP Music Group on IG, Samuel Williams on Facebook. Eddie is a true trailblazer, a smooth jazz trailblazer in Toronto, somebody that I've looked up to for years. We've worked together on many different things. Truly, I mean, that song, I actually wanted to make Eddie proud with that song, because that was a special one for Eddie. So he means the world to me, true mentor, and I can't say enough about Eddie.
Hey, honestly, I mean, look at the smile on his face. Like you give him a big smile. That's awesome. So Eddie, unmute yourself there and let us know your final thoughts on young Samuel. Then introduce yourself and the reason you wrote the song Avant-Garde. So yeah.
Well, I mean, Sam, all these guys. Sam has been a guy that I can reach to at any time if I need any kind of support, and he's always there. I don't have to worry. So I mean, what can I say? And that song is just amazing. Contemporary jazz is a thing that I love. I've done all kinds of music, but that's my love. That's what saved my life. So I'm happy to be a portal for all these guys to go through.
Yeah, Eddie, let's end Samuel's section. Samuel Williams, everyone, until the next time, bro. You're absolutely fantastic. If you had anything else to say on Samuel there, Eddie, on you go, and then we'll get into your section. Sorry if I cut you off.
Yeah. So this next song is from my latest album called Kaleidoscope. This song Avant-Garde is a song that it's playing on the word avant-garde. So it's kind of what I did is take different mediums and push them together and squeeze them out, and it came out like this, where you have some heavy string sounds, which reminds you of like Chic and some of those groups. So yeah, I mean, I love that record that I did, and yeah, this is Avant-Garde.
Avant-Garde by Eddie Bullen, the legend of the funk and jazz and soul scene. Yeah, honestly, he never even really introduced himself. He's a very humble man, but he's been part of Grammy Award-winning tracks and all sorts of these things. So without further ado, let's go. ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Bullen.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we've got two more jazz artists to feature, then we've got 5 funk. So Eddie, could you tell us the best way for anyone to contact you, or your website, or how we can check out your record label, or any of these things, while I load up a Spotify track? It is from Lyman. So yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, well, my name, eddiebullen.com. I have my website, and IG Eddie Bullen, Facebook Eddie Bullen, and yeah, I mean, those are the ways that you can contact me. My company's name is Thunderdome Sounds, and you can contact me on that website as well too, thunderdomesounds.com, like the movie.
Eddie, it's a pleasure to know you, honestly, dude. And this is the first of many. We'll do the jazz show on the 25th of every month at a time that best suits you. We've just done the first one at the 7th. This is the debut show. I've debuted Afrobeats this week. We've got 20 plus different shows in different genres. So I'm a busy boy. I love it. But this is so far, this is one of the best shows so far I've ever done. So thanks, Eddie Bullen. Everyone, thank you,
man.
dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So on to guest 5 in the evening. A friend of mine from Instagram. He's got 104,000 followers, and I go and watch him play live when I'm working, and it helps me. It's so soothing. I think he was a teacher. I'll let him introduce himself. Who is Lyman Lipke, and what's the story behind your song with the name 347455?
Well, hi. Well, I'm Lyman Lipke, and I'm a musician and teacher, and I teach on Instagram and TikTok. And I was in sort of the unique position of garnering some sort of following on social media without much actual music released. I had some, stuff that I've played on for other artists across all sorts of genres, but nothing under my name. So I was kind of, I needed to put something out. And I've always been fascinated by the solo guitar sound, the sound of, Joe Pass, George Van Epps, that kind of thing. And so I decided to make my best attempt at recording a solo jazz record real quick so I could get something out to, share with the world. One thing about me is I don't really take much seriously. I'm kind of a goofball. So I was spitballing album titles to my wife, and this gets into the song 347455. I was spitballing album titles, and the working titles I had were When Life Gives You Limans, Lyman Says, and In Lyman's Terms. And my wife's response to that was just, eat ass, go get the laundry. And so as I was getting the laundry, I thought, eat ass, that'd be a great song title if I could, write something like that. And then I thought, what if I used like old internet culture, like leet speak, and changed the letters to numbers? Looked at the keyboard, saw how I could do it, and that turned into 347455. And then I got another dumb idea and asked myself, what if that was the melodic theme to the song? What if I used those scale degrees, or some variation of those scale degrees, to actually write the tune? So I did it as an AABA form. 2 times in a major key, and then once in the relative minor, and then once more in the major. It's a short 16-bar form, and yeah, it's the story of 347455, or as I refer to it, eat ass.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. You did say it. It's a very, funny story behind the song, and isn't it just? And this guy is just one of the most talented people I've ever seen in my life. Lyman Lipke with 347455, aka Eat Ass. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's in Spotify. It's not got a video yet, so let's just go with it from Spotify. Enjoy. the amount of intelligence put into that song is incredible. I'm not musically trained, but you can just tell that he's doing some stuff that maybe Eddie noticed a bit more than me. Lyman, tell us the best way for us to get you. What a wonderful, wonderful piece of music that was. And Eddie, seeing as you're the co-host this evening, well, you know, it'd be cool if you could say something to each artist that's on. Lyman, what's the best way for everyone to get you? Obviously Instagram, but if you've got a website or anything.
Instagram, Lyman Lipke Musician, all one word. I'm also on TikTok under Lyman Lipke, and you can check out my website, lymanlipke.com.
Nice one, dude. Nice one. Mr. Bullen over in Toronto, what's your thoughts on the second last jazz artist before we get to Pretty, who's going to play a song live for us into the Netherlands?
Yes, Lyman, you sound great on guitar, my friend. I love that style of guitar playing. You know, you definitely are you know, I can hear Joe Pass a bit in there. So wonderful work, my friend.
Hey, can I just say, see when you see him on Instagram, how his fingers go, they're like, it's insanely good, you know, to see him live. So I encourage you all, add him on Instagram and catch him live. So Lyman Lipke, until the next time, brother, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor and a privilege to be featured among such amazing musicians. Thank you so much.
Until the next time, dude, and hopefully you can stay around for the rest of the show. So Lyman Lipke, everyone, thank you very much. And I'll just meet you again there, Eddie. So Pretty Bernice, one of my dearest friends in the whole music family. How are you, dear? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, yes, nice I can hear you.
So could you introduce yourself, Pretty? And I believe you're going to play the live version of your song Exodus. Sorry. Could you introduce yourself, dear?
Well, my name is Pretty Bernice. I'm a Dutch piano player, and I've been playing since I was 10. So I'm playing for a lot of years now, and I'm in the music business for about 20 years. And actually only a few years ago I started writing my own songs, and one of them is Exodus, and actually it's all about, let's just go into it. It's all about yeah, I was inspired by the Bible book, and the whole story behind it. But it's also about life and life journey. And I think everyone has in his life or her life some time that you're trying to find your path, and it's not always that easy. So you sort of, you start moving and you keep moving until you will find well, what you want, what you're looking for. And it's actually about a life journey, and that's what a song is about.
Well, without further ado, you take you take it away, dear. Let's hear it. Can't wait. One love.
Wil je me even helpen? Ja.
That angle's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to ask my husband to hold the phone. Just a few seconds.
No worries, dear. Right, I'll go away now. Thank you. That was absolutely beautiful. Even people commenting that exact word there. Round of applause for Pretty Beniki. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, amazing artist. And Pretty, tell us all the best way. You've got a unique name as well, so it's good for you. What's the best way for everyone to find you? And then Eddie, if you'd like to say your piece while I load up Timothy Barron's track, who's our next guest.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear. You wanted me to say something yet? Else?
No, what's the best way for us to find you? Do you have a website or anything?
I do have. It's prettybernica.nl. And you can also find me on the Pretty Bernica on Instagram, Facebook, or Spotify.
Nice one. You're absolutely wonderful, I want to say. Eddie, what was your thoughts there on the wonderful Pretty Beniki?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a wonderful melody. I like that that arpeggio in a left hand. It reminds me of what David Foster did with St. Elmo's Fire.
Well, thank you.
Right? It has that same theme. Good work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Pretty's available if anybody wants to work with it. Like, you should all collaborate and make some super cool groups, and maybe, you know, Eddie's got the record label, so you can make it happen, and we've got the promotion places to, you know. So anyway, thanks Eddie for that beautiful comment. Pretty Beniki, until the next time. Love you to bits, dear.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we're getting into the 4 funky tracks of the evening. This man is funk. Mr. Timothy Barron, could you introduce yourself? And who is Timothy Barron, and what's the story behind your song No Loitering?
Okay, so I'm Timothy Barron. My project name is Timothy Barron Authorized. So that basically consists of me, and if anybody wants to come along, they're included in authorized, but most of the time it's just me. So the track No Loitering came from my project, the freestyle project. Now the freestyle, why I named that freestyle, because I was listening to it's a person named Timothy B. If you remember, he had a song called The Postman Song, Because I Love You. Not so much that I was influenced by that, but I just thought like what is meant, say freestyle. So freestyle, to do what you just want to do. And then I also approached it so that my approach is kind of different from everybody else. I can't solo like everybody else has today. So I decided to go the other direction and really lock into grooves. So basically I did No Loitering before, and it had a lot more in it. So I decided that this time just to go ahead and strip it down to almost what we call a naked funk, just strip it down to the groove. And so basically that's it. So no loitering. Actually, I was listening to Lyman, and I kind of went the same approach. It's just that I saw a sign say no loitering, so I decided to put that name on there.
Hey, honestly, what it just starts off brilliant. I can't wait to see all your heads bopping here. Timothy Barron, authorised with no loitering, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. 4 more acts to go. 3 more after Timothy. Enjoy. Another fantastic track. Well done, Timothy Barron. Authorised. Again, Timothy, what's the best way for everyone to find you here? Eddie, say your piece, and I'll load up the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, who are our next guests.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, so basically just look me up on the Timothy Barron Authorized, and I'm on everything. I'm on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, every place else.
Mr. Billen, what was your thoughts there on Funky?
Yeah, Timothy, I mean, I think I know where you're going with this. But I mean, I think you just need a bit more production between myself and Sam, who are producers. I think we can definitely assist you with that. So you just link us. You know what I mean? But I definitely see the vibe. Anyways, guys, we're supposed to finish at 3 and I have a session. So your co-host will.
Eddie, there's 3 more tracks left, and the full show will be handed to you in an article tomorrow, so you can study the last 3 tracks, and all their YouTube channels will be there. So, Eddie, it's been a pleasure. He's a very busy man. We didn't know how long this show would last. Thanks for coming, Eddie. And the other 3 guests, I'll put it on a plate for you to be able to see them tomorrow in the article I give you. So, thanks, Eddie, and thanks, Timothy, for being a marvelous guest.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Until the next time, bro. Until the next time.
All right. All the best.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, dude. So coming up next from Austria, the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Could you introduce yourself and the story behind the song Buff Giraffe?
Hi, everyone. We at the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, we are 3 brothers, and our dad is also a musician. So we started very early to playing instruments. And we went to the same school, and in the neighbor's school we learned to know the best singer in the world. And so we started with cover songs and played lots of gigs as a cover band. And couple of years ago we started with own stuff and are now proud to have 2 albums already, and Marcus is going to say some words about the song.
So you're gonna hear the song from our second album. It's actually the second song of the album, so it's when all the concept for the album started, because the first song was a funk tune in G, and then we had a funky monkey, a stupid rhyme, I would say. And then we got to the second song, moved up a half step, another animal, another rhyme, Buff Giraffe. So that's when the whole concept started, and we made it for 12 songs. We kind of call it the well-tempered piano of funk music. So I hope you enjoy. And there's a video going with it. We produced ourselves. So it's
It's absolutely wonderful. Sit back and enjoy this fantastic track, Buff Giraffe by the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, all the way from Austria. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Through the door, walking in, showing muscle sugar. Everybody looks at me. I'm the one showing you the best places to be. We gotta have a good time. 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 Tried so hard to build up my shoulders, looking out every day. But at last I found out that my neck went suddenly away. Walking in, showing muscle sugar. Everybody looks at me. I'm the one showing you the best places to pay. We gotta have a good time. 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 Oh.
Just absolutely wonderful in every sense of the word. Just magnificent, honestly. Thank you so much. Just well said.
It's got to get a placement in a movie or something somewhere. Y'all push that as hard as you can and be confident about it. That is dope.
Nova, can you sit closer to the mic, because it was very quiet there when you were talking, but we did hear you just. So, Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, what's the best way for us to find you? Then, Nova, you can say that comment again because it was quite quiet. Then we'll go on to our second last guest of the evening, who is Black Nova yourself. So what's the best way to find you guys?
Well, you can find us everywhere under the name The Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music,
iTunes,
everywhere.
Whatever. Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice one. So, Nova, would you like to say that again? Because you were very quiet there. I hope there's not a problem with your mic, but... Can
you hear me now?
No, it's the same, dude. It's kind of very muffled.
Here we go again. Put the headphones on, man.
Heston says Black Nova's right hand man. What was your thoughts over in California before Nova sorts that? What was your thoughts on that?
Hey, that was nice. That was really funky. You know, it perked me up. I didn't know what to expect. You three do not look like funk. Hey, looks are deceiving. You guys really knocked it out the park. I got to give it to you.
Can you hear me better now?
That's much better, Nova. Say that full comment again, brother. Thanks, Heston. Cheers, dude.
That song was Brand New Heavies meets Janis Joplin. Woo! So dope. That song definitely has to get a placement in a movie soundtrack or commercial or something somewhere. Do not give up pushing that song. Push it to the nth degree and be confident about it. That is dope as hell.
Hey, I'm just gonna put my mate's website in the chat. It's wegetartist.com. He's been putting songs in the movies for the last 25 years. Barry Coffin's the CEO of the company. He's been on the show. All of you check this site out. But yeah, wegetartist.com. That's who I recommend for that. There may be other people, but this man, he does well already, Barry Coffin. So thank you, Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Until the next time, these are wonderful, wonderful artists, you know. Just tremendous. So our second last guest of the evening is Black Nova from California. Could you introduce yourself, brother, and the story behind your song, You Don't Have To?
I'm K.E. Dorham, D-O-R-H-M, cousin to the late great jazz trumpeter and Blue Note recording artist Kenny Dorham. You've probably heard his song Blue Bossa all over the world, played in every jazz venue. The song that I had intended for us to see tonight was a song we just released on all platforms, You Don't Have To, which is a song that I wrote to inspire those seeking love to not give up on love, but to be the better version of themselves in order to draw the type of energy to themselves that they want in a mate. But I tell you, Sparky, I don't know if it's too late, but I sent you a link of Ricardo Love live, and it really suits this show. I don't know if it's too late to play that video instead, but if it is, we'll do it next time. But
if you can send it to me in the chat right now, I'll play it from here because I can't access any of my social medias. I'm using my phone as my camera and stuff. But if you can send it in the chat here, by all means, yeah.
Just a split second.
No worries. Let's let Pretty Beniki come in and say something and Sam, because you're part of Eddie's gang. What was your thoughts on the last track there by the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang? Sam and Pretty, if anyone would like to take the time here. Well, Sam.
Yeah. No, that was something special. Like I can't remember the gentleman in the yellow, but he said it best. You don't expect such heavy funk coming from folks that look like you guys. So yeah, keep at it. Keep at it. I really loved it. I really loved it.
Pretty, would you like to say something as well? We'll just do a quick round. There's only 3 more people. So Pretty, Lyman, Timothy, and Darman, if you'd like to say something while we pass this little couple of seconds here. Pretty?
It's not only a good song, I think it's also a very, very fun. A lots of fun happening in your clips. So I think it's really nice watching. And I didn't expect it at all. I'm not saying I didn't expect you to play funk because of whatever. Not even that, but I really liked it. And I think you just go on with it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well said. Lyman, would you like to say something there?
The groove was fat, like great groove, and the video was goofy, which I'm a goofball. I loved it. It was a great complete package. Like I'm looking forward to hearing that song in the future, all over the place.
Absolutely.
Well said. Timothy Barron, what was your thoughts there? I saw you were loving it.
Yeah, I agree. The video really fit the music too. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, beautiful.
Well said. One of my right-hand men, Darman DeFleur, what was your thoughts there, brother?
Yeah, I don't know if you know the band or whatever, but it reminded me a bit of the B-52s and Love Shack City or whatever, that type of thing. I just thought you had that energy. You got the charisma on camera as well, like the way that the video was shot in very small spaces or whatever, but what you did with it was excellent or whatever, and your personalities came out or whatever, and you sold that song, and that song should be like a hit song or whatever. I think that it's right up there. Loved the guitar licks, loved the bass, and your vocals are great because you start off as fairly low, and then you're hitting those highs and everything, but all done with a panache. Hitting the beats. I just loved that. I thought it was right up there with and I just love the B-52s, so I love that track as well.
Well said, Darman. Well said, everyone. And even though you said it in person, you should try your hardest. Well, I'll put it on a plate for you to leave your reviews on each other's YouTube channels and stuff. And Lyman, I know you've got a Spotify track, so I'll add one of your YouTube videos to it just so everyone can be connected. But thanks for that. The Jailhouse Gang again. Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Wonderful. Thanks. So, Nova, do you want to start the introduction again then and introduce your amigo, Ricardo Love? And I'll play this song.
Big brother Ricardo, the other half of Black Nova. Black Nova is a duo. This is one of his live performances that he did to a track that's not our own, but all of the notes that he played in this rendition of his own intuition. So enjoy Ricardo Love of Black Nova live.
Without further ado, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a surprise for me, even. One laugh. Ricardo Love, everybody. Someone very special there. Black Nova, you have to ask him if he'll come on the Night of Guitar show, which I'm going to debut next month. And there's going to be a couple of secret big names on the show. But you
He'll
need to
be
ask him
there.
for me if he'll come. So again, Black Nova, the best way to find you, dude. I'll let Heston come in. And in fact, before that, Heston, what's your opinions on Black Nova and what's this man done for you before we get to the last guest of the evening, who's one of my co-hosts in this show, and all my shows, Darren Declare. So, Heston, what's your thoughts on Black Nova? Tell us.
Well, I have to give it to Black Nova, K.E. Durham and Ricardo Love. They have single-handedly resurrected my mom's career, 45 years in the making, the Carrie Cleveland family love story. It has inspired me to start doing a book on the story. They came into our lives about 2 years ago. 2 original songs, 3 videos, and 4 more remixes. Got my mom over 1 million streams. We got videos now. My mom is 82 years old. And because of those 2 gentlemen, we're taking on the world.
Well said, man. Black Nova, I'll just do to what Heston says. Black Nova's he's 55 years old. Would you believe it? He looks like 25. But yeah, he's an experienced dude and he does all the genres, very special guy. But it's good for other people to big you up. You know, Black Nova, how do we find you, bro, before we get to Darman's section?
You can find us Black Nova, Nova Entertainment, on all platforms. We this week released 11 songs in 11 different genres all at once.
Wow.
And so as you start going through Spotify and everything from adult contemporary easy listening all the way through to rock, R&B, hip hop, and everything in between, reggae, bossa nova, we have a song out there in every genre all at once. And I don't think anybody has ever done that in the history of music.
Hey, it's amazing. You know, like 3 days ago, you were on the debut Afrobeat show with me, weren't you? You were on our debut rock show as well. So yeah, man.
I missed the country show yesterday because I was up last night mixing our one country song.
You never missed it because the co-host has got COVID and he couldn't speak properly, so we're debuting that show in June as well. So you never actually missed anything, bro. It never happened. But Black Nova, until the next time, legend, man.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure. So the final guest of the evening is one of my right-hand men, and he's actually going to be in contact with most artists on my behalf a lot of the time. He comes on and vets all the songs with me, helps me do the playlists. Him as well, he does songs in every genre. He doesn't specialize in anything. So I'll let you introduce yourself, Darman, bro, in your own words. And he's done a collaboration with another family member, Lance Olsen, he met in the show, and we're going to feature that track, 1500 Light Years. Can you introduce yourself and the story behind the song? Cheers, Darman.
Yeah. First of all, I'd just like to say what a fantastic show it's been. As you said earlier, Sparky, I think the quality has been absolutely brilliant. The people, it's been really touching because people have been reaching out, helping each other, seeing the talent and following them up. And I'm starting to get tears again. And that moves me. That really moves me that people will got it in themselves. They've reached a certain place in their life where they feel that they can reach out and pull people up and help people along, and then just watch them shine, which is exactly what's happened tonight. They've got the prodigies and they've absolutely shone, and it's a credit to both the people that they brought up, and it's a credit to the person who's been a prodigy. So that's brilliant for Black Nova and our earliest guest and everyone who does that type of thing. That is that's the good part of the music business. That is absolutely brilliant.
Well,
so sorry about that, Spark, but it had to be said or whatever. Yeah, my name's Darwin DeFleur, and I started off doing a bit of classical when I was young. Then I stopped at about 24. I picked up the piano a little bit again. I started a band. I kicked, pleaded, bought the equipment and everything because I wanted to try it. And then I was doing solo type stuff myself. That was like goth, metal, prog rock on the one side, and then I was doing like classical, instrumental, and love songs and ballads on the other side. Fast forward, COVID, I really wanted to do something creative with my life. I was tired of just not doing anything, and so I've been trying to do a song a week, and I've been doing experimental stuff that's not in any genre. I've been trying my hand at hip hop, metal, anything really. So this was my first time doing jazz. To me, jazz has always been like a mystical thing or whatever, like where the top artists in the world, they sort of specialize in that. So when Lance, who I met on Sparky's show, we sort of got to chatting, and he said he liked my synths I do like in 80s synth wave as well. I'm a sort of child of the 80s, so I mean, you've got the best type of music. Well, in my opinion, you've got like the metal, the hip hop, the pop, everything I love that type of era or whatever. So this song is the first song with a collaboration with both of us. I was a little bit tentative because I'm feeling my way. And I'm just really honored that I got the opportunity to do this. And so I created a video from stock footage. Lance Olsen done most of the instrumentation, and I added some of the synths. And we've done another 2 songs since, and we just finished in a 4th, so we're hoping to collaborate on at least 2 albums. So this is another strength of Sparky's thing, is bringing people together who can collaborate in ways they didn't think of before.
Well said, bro. Do you know, I've always been a people bonder, but this is just, I'm just made to do these shows now. And Darwin DeFleur will be supporting everybody. You know, you'll see his name kicking about, support the man back. He's worth his weight in gold. Let's go without further ado. Darwin DeFleur and Lance Olsen, 1500 Light Years. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's his final song of the evening. One love.
Space Jazz. Jazz.
Thanks, Darren DeFern, Lance Olsen. Your first step into jazz, man. Hey, jazz funky. Loved it, bro. So again, this is the end of the show. So Darren, how can anyone find you here? And then we'll end the show with the peace sign because we all want world peace. Darren, what's your thoughts on yourself? Sorry. How do we find you, bro?
Just want to say I did make a major mistake. I did forget the drummer on that was Paul DeSmit, and that he was excellent, and he's collaborating with us. And we formed a group called DOD, DeFlern, Olsen, and DeSmit. So you can get me Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm on Messenger and everything. I do like reviewing music, so if you drop me your music, I'll give you my honest opinion as I have all night in the chat and everything. And I love all types of music, whatever. So, yep, I give you look, Darren DeFlern with the apostrophe, without the apostrophe, or all together. You can find me.
Darren is he's going to be on most of the shows. He's really becoming, you know, a real help to me in the backgrounds as well. So as well as being a musician, he's trying to help us build this special project that we've got here. So you'll all see Darren following you if he doesn't already. And I know he's connected with Heston, and I know he's connected with Pretty, the Freaky Friday gang, and Nova. So Timothy, if not yet, Samuel, Darren will find you guys. Just support him back. He'll support you just as much as anybody can. Lyman as well, you know. So thanks everyone for a wonderful show tonight. This has been the first jazz event. You are all welcome to the next one. It'll be the 25th of each month, and we'll just keep going. One love to it. I'm going to stop the YouTube first of all.